With the beginning of the school holidays, the eagerly anticipated period of summer blockbusters is officially launched on MoneyVision. This time, we chose to move away a bit from current events to present to you a remarkable family story, distinguished by its successes in business, longevity, and clan spirit. In this unique story, there are no Austrian princesses, no American magnates dancing under an oil derrick, nor Maharajas chasing a runaway couple. Instead, we will talk about influence, power, and a colossal fortune of $275 billion. Well, hidden from the public eye and even from Forbes investigators. This is the story of the Wallenberg family. A name perhaps little known to some, but highly esteemed in Sweden. Sweden, this Scandinavian country with enchanting landscapes, dotted with lakes and nestled between Norway and Finland, is famous for its quality of life and its Stockholm Stock Exchange, one of the most important in the world. The Wallenbergs, a family rooted in Sweden in the 19th century, revolutionized banking techniques to adapt them to the industrialization of Europe. Their titanic wealth and immeasurable influence deeply marked modern Sweden, and their footprint in the history of finance is undeniable. If you are a fan of success stories and meteoric rises, you are in the right place. In the upcoming episodes, we will unveil the incredible saga of the Wallenberg family and why it is essential to know about it. This story begins like so many others, with a remarkable patriarch named Ande Oster Wallenberg, often compared to Rockefeller for his influence in Europe. Son of a pastor, Ande did not seem destined for such a rise in the financial world of the 19th century. However, with a first name that means the powerful, he forged an exceptional destiny, just like his brothers who held positions as judges and mediators. Ande, unlike his brothers, began his career as a sailor. At the age of 16, sailing on merchant ships. In 1837, during the Great Panic in the United States, he witnessed the economic turmoil that marked this period of westward expansion. This experience deeply marked him and inspired him to conceive his own resilient banking system, capable of overcoming crises. After his military service, Ande embarked on creating his own bank. Despite the challenges, he managed to gather 1 billion Swedish crowns, a considerable sum at the time. In 1856, he founded SEB Stockholms and Skelda Bank, heralding an era of financial modernism that revolutionized the global banking sector. Under Ande's leadership, SEB adopted innovative practices, such as lending out clients' deposits, and offered progressive interest rates to attract more deposits. This bold approach strengthened SEB's position as Sweden's premier bank, enabling it to financially support the country's industrialization. Over time, the Wallenberg family expanded its influence by taking stakes in numerous Swedish companies, ranging from factories to transportation companies, banks, and metallurgical industries. This diversified strategy contributed to erecting a colossal financial empire, firmly anchored in the history of Sweden and the financial world. Why spend when you can invest? The Wallenberg family offers its clients a new type of deal, transforming their debt into equity. This frees up their cash flow and improves their balance sheet, preventing several of them from going bankrupt. Additionally, it allows the bank to prevent defaults and take control of poor payers. In just a few years, the Wallenberg family extended its influence throughout Sweden, becoming an unstoppable force. At the beginning of the 20th century, Ande Wallenberg passed away, leaving behind an immense legacy as a notable, billionaire, involved politician, and banker. His son Knut Ageten Wallenberg succeeded him, followed by his younger brother Marcus. In 1916, the situation forced the Wallenberg family to innovate once again. As Europe was engulfed in its first modern war, the Swedish parliament banned banks from holding long-term stakes in industrial companies. To circumvent this ban, the family created Investor AB, a holding company that consolidates all its industrial assets. During the reconstruction of Europe after World War I, investor AB supported Germany, despite imposed sanctions. During World War I, despite Sweden's neutrality, the Wallenberg family adopted a non-intervention strategy while discreetly supporting both sides, thus securing their financial position regardless of the conflict's outcome. In the 1970s, after the Golden Age, the Wallenbergs controlled a veritable economic empire in Europe through a vast holding, including SEB. This family, which turned crises into opportunities, remains an iconic figure in the Swedish and European financial world. The Wallenberg clan exercises control over 40% of Stockholm's stock market capitalization, while 40% of Sweden's industrial workforce works for them. Their secret lies in a vast holding not directly owned by them but held by a charitable foundation founded in 1916. Among 20 others, this foundation invests annually the dividends from its holdings in educational and scientific programs, thus ensuring the preservation of the family's heritage. The Wallenbergs are not limited to banking and philanthropy. They hold diversified positions. Diplomats, industrialists, ministers, naval officers, archaeologists, artists, press barons, across several countries worldwide. In the 21st century, their holding averaged a 17.2% annual interest investment between 2000 and 2020. In 2022, it holds assets valued at 773 billion euros and weighs 55 billion euros on the stock exchange. In addition to financial stakes, it also holds special securities, conferring considerable power in the general assemblies of many companies, such as SEB, Ericsson, Nasdaq, or AstraZeneca. SEB, founded by Anders Wallenberg, is still active today. Although it is the fourth largest bank in Sweden in terms of market capitalization, it is a leader in credit distribution, lending almost 3 times more than its competitors. Its strong financial structure, with 23.9% equity, far exceeds regulatory requirements without resorting to debt. The holding also owns subsidiaries such as Patricia Industry, an asset fund invested in other sector-specialized funds, and AQD Europe, OSIS or EKI, which acquire companies to make them full subsidiaries. Listed on the stock exchange, the holding achieved remarkable growth, even outperforming the Euro stocks, with a record return of 337. Today, all assets are managed by a dedicated administration, responsible for overseeing donations and distributing funds. With this, the family, now in its 7th generation, since Sunday, holds an estimated fortune of $275 billion, surpassing that of Elon Musk or our national Bernard, and its influence is felt in all areas. If the Wallenbergs have managed to maintain such high standing for so long, it is mainly thanks to Anders' vision from the beginning. He had planned everything from efficiently managing a bank to long-term preservation of his fortune. He was aware of the 3-generation rule, considered by some as an inevitable curse. The first generation creates wealth. The second preserves it, while the third risks dissipating it. This approach seems to be bearing fruit, as although no Wallenberg currently heads SEB, Jacob chairs Investor AB, and the main foundations remain led by clan members or former loyal collaborators. 3 members of the 5th generation and 16 of the 6th are already active in family companies. And although the 7th generation is still young, the dynasty seems assured to continue. As for the Swedish public opinion, it is divided. Some applaud the clan's economic success, while others express concerns about its concentration of power and wealth. The Swedish media gives various aspects of the family's life, whether personal dramas, accidents, professional conflicts, or births. These are the members of the Wallenberg family, in addition to the Swedish royal family, who provide material for paparazzi to thrive on. Despite the clan's motto, Wallenberg, which advocates discreet work, The family has heavily invested in research, almost as much as an industry or the banking system, throughout its history. Overall, the scientific actions and projects supported by the Wallenberg Foundations are widely accepted. These foundations have distributed nearly 3 billion euros since their inception, with 1.5 billion in just the last 2 years. Some Swedes respect their name and almost consider them a second royal family, while others prefer to avoid any connection with the companies linked to them. However, they all have one thing in common at some point in their lives. They have savored a dish called Wallenberger, in honor of Amalia Wallenberg, which has become a reference in Swedish gastronomy. Unlike Rockefeller, who never had a dish named after him, the Wallenbergs have their own culinary legacy. For those who wish to learn more about this great family saga, the book, Wallenberg, The Founder, written by Goran Nielsen, offers 562 pages of financial history told like a novel. It is one of the few books about the clan available in French. For television enthusiasts, there is also Wallenberg, the Story of a Hero, a team movie released in 1985 starring Richard Chamberlain. However, it can be difficult to find. If you come across it, feel free to share your impressions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up.
Before you leave, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Thanks to all for your loyalty. Take care of yourselves, and see you soon on MoneyVision.